Okay. Hey, gang. Ken here. I'm a website designer for coaches. And in this video, I'm going to give you some gut reactions to a website I just stumbled on. Now, the Joe Hudson, who is here. This is Joe Hudson. I've seen some of his work, listened to him on podcasts, and he got some great stuff with I guess, where it says right here, create the life you want with enjoyment and ease. And I think one of the big challenges he helps people with, he calls it a transformation, but I think it's like the people are stuck on some emotional things, especially like fear causing, I think it's fear that we sometimes don't realize we're in the moment we're caught up in. Anyways, um, I liked his stuff. And so I figured I'd check out his website and then give you some gut reactions of what I don't like, what I think is good, what's useful, and how you can apply this to your coaching business. So essentially, he's a coach, he's a master coach. He works one on one with people and talks to them, asks questions, and he's got a lot of interesting stuff. I like him and stuff. So let me just share with you what I see on his website. And so I listened to him a few times too, so I get a feeling from him. And yeah, things that I like right off the bat, the logo's in the corner. There's only a handful of menu items. It's clear what the menu is. It's good. We got Joe here. A good smile on his face. I wish his name would be on here. It'd be nice if it said Joe Hudson. Right now it just says Joe. So we don't know. He's the guy behind Art of Accomplishment, but we don't have his name here. And I think that's a big deal because a lot of what he's about is him being out there podcasting, doing his thing, and he gets a lot of joy from helping people um, transform. You can see him in his work. You can see the way he asks questions, how people face different emotions in real time, which is nice. So yeah, Joe, I think you need to get your name up here. Like a handwritten font would be cool. Joe Hudson, right there under your under your picture. I do like the sunrise coming off. You'll notice that the on the left side it's blurred. The um the background is blurred, so this helps the text become much more easier to read. It's also a big font. And there's also a drop shadow behind the text here. So that helps with font readability when you have text on top of an image, like here as well. Blurring the background helps. So there's no intricate like leaves and stems and stuff that make it confusing. So overall, nice job of placing the hero image on the homepage. You probably see my homepage is similar and other sites that I do. I have a similar thing. A new image I've changed recently. We got Lisa's website. And you'll see there's a comment about my design. So it's kinda cool actually that, he's, a lot of stuff that I do is on his site, and he's got a quite a growing presence. He's doing a lot of stuff and, like, yeah, all you transformation coaches out there, you may have seen him or enjoy his stuff. It's nice to see in real time the, coaching happening. Also, I do love the email list invitation right on the homepage. I'm gonna subscribe while I'm here because I'm actually curious about it, more curious about his stuff and also the experience. Really nice that when you subscribe, it takes you to a page saying thank you for subscribing or thank you for joining us. It looks like a common branding theme he's gonna have is a bit of a sunrise. This could be a sunset too, but you get that evening or morning, like it's a bit of a spiritual time of the day. Um, And it's cool that he's using it throughout. You got that kind of sunset orange, coming through on his, page. Yeah, it's nice. The colors just seem to work. It's fine. It's good. Logo is obvious, so that's always good. Um, so actually thank you for joining us. I'm gonna go actually to his email. I should get a confirmation email, and I think there was also a, get our 7-part guide on how to approach transformation in the modern world. Maybe I'll put a period after that because it does feel like a sentence. Okay, let me go over to my email. Okay. I checked my email. It hasn't come yet. Could be a problem with his subscription thing. I'll just click it again for giggles. But that happens. you need to test your stuff each month at least. I would test it every day until, if you set up a new website and you have a form subscription or some sort of join thing, I would test it every day until you feel confident it's working. Then every week, and then if you make sure it's working, 'cause it only takes a few seconds to test, and then just do it on a monthly basis when things are working right. Or if let's say you get a few leads a week and your website's gone quiet for like 2 or 3 weeks, then I would check it. Okay, so back to his website. Yep, great. Yep. So immediately I like just it's easy to get my bearings here. Again, I like his name here, Joe Hudson. There's a promotion at the top. Connection course application now open. This is what do they call this? This is a an ad, for your own stuff. But at the top, there was a word for this. I forgot what it was. Um, so that's cool. You have something that's fresh and new. I would probably put the word new here, or it says now open. Okay, so maybe make that red, maybe something like that. But just so it doesn't feel like it's just like another menu or a header thing, but to make sure that's is like a promo for a short period of time. I don't know, New Year connection course now open. I know. If it's a course, it's applications apply to the course. Courses are weird when you apply to them, but hey, request to join, request to sign up, or enroll. But anyway, they're trying to make it more privy, like apply now, only certain people can join. I could look at that in a moment, but this I'm gonna keep the video to like 10 or 15 minutes. Scrolling down, we get begin your journey here. It's cool. It's great when a website lets you know where to begin. Dive into our podcasts. Okay. I didn't know he had his own podcast. Maybe he does. So I only seen him on other podcasts. Watch Rapid Coaching. So this is some fun stuff that he does. Um, Essentially in those calls, I noticed he gets people to kind of see themselves stuck. So kind of move you from being in the stuck in the moment, the emotion or whatever it is, to seeing yourself, seeing it. And so you move yourself in and out of that, which is interesting. Take our self-assessment, get immediate personal insight to your biggest opportunity for transformation. That's cool. Ways to get involved. Assessment probably get your email address. This is credibility. And there might be a watch more video or subscribe to get more videos. Is that on YouTube? No. And then podcasts, sure, subscribers on his podcast are a good thing for him too. So his website essentially is, he's a guru kind of figure, influencer. And you can follow on email and get some freebie. You could also engage with other items that he has, stay in his realm, to stay in his orbit. So as a coach, if you're a new coach and and let's say you are doing a YouTube channel, okay, maybe you can get people on, and it's important for you to get people on YouTube. Then yeah, grow your YouTube following. But as a new coach starting off, email is a great place to call your own sort of platform and put people into there. Testimonials are always good. Um, Nice. I love the stars bit because it gives you that feeling that it is a testimonial, it is feedback. Maybe I should do more of those stars things. Find fresh perspective. So here's some podcast episodes. This is one I recently saw. I've seen others of his. It'd be nice if it said, um, find fresh perspective at these podcasts. Maybe some aren't podcasts, but I think they are. Rediscover yourself. So he has a lot of just short messages, which are kind of nice. Rediscover yourself. He's offering to our intense experiential journey that'll bring you to your growth edge, transform how you show up in everyday life. The connection course, most popular 3-week dive in fundamentals of the AOA approach. Um, what is that approach? I don't know. Applications now open for March 2026 cohorts. Cool. A little testimony checked in there. Great decisions course. Oh, it's just another course. So you can see his offerings are here. Um, and that's cool. Testimonial. Story of AOA. I think they should spell this out. Oh, the art of accomplishment. Okay, fair enough. You can see how often when you use like acronyms or fun phrases to describe what you do, it's easy to to not really connect with it or to know what they're talking about. But he tells a bit of his life story. Big love, Joe. Here we finally get his last name, Joe Hudson, founder. Nice imagery and vibe. That's it's a bit of like discovery, explorer, the brand archetype. So we're out in nature. Um, there's a lot of nature images here, and nature is often explorer. And so yeah, you're exploring your mind, exploring who you are. I'm not seeing a lot of explorer words, but hey, you know, it's okay. Oh, it is what it is. It's good to get a sense of your brand archetype just to keep things glued together. Colors, wording, feeling, stuff for businesses. This is pretty a long homepage here. A bit long for me, but hey, um, ultimately it's the results and numbers you get that tells you whether things are working or not. At the bottom of his site, there's this the bottom of the page menu or bottom quick menu or bottom menu. It's a easy way to just get a sense of the breadth of the website and quickly get to wherever you want to go. Um, it's handy to have these at the bottom. If your site's simple, it's less necessary. Obviously, he's got a handful of offerings and podcasts and stuff. So, and careers, I guess, and social media stuff here. So, if it's important that you show up in a lot of places, yeah, have all these things around. But as a new coach, often just on your email list, maybe one social platform is enough to work with. Depends on your resources, your strategy. Yeah. But overall, it's got a lot of offers. It's got him. He's present on his website. His face is there. It's good. A lot of content around the client stuff, how to transform in the modern world, begin your journey. Um, Testimonials are always a nice thing to have. So here's a different things you have. Here's programs and resources, podcast, blah, 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 for your assessment. Um, yeah, good stuff. Right on the top of the homepage, just get on your email list. It's kind of the central thing. Let me check my email to see if it actually came just yet. Yeah, so I checked my email and it still didn't come. So I'll probably shoot them a message on the contact form and let them know that it did not come. What else do I want to share about this? Overall, I like the website. I like his stuff. So, and I like the overall look and feel that it pulls together. Definitely the marketing elements that are in here, the simplicity of that. Testimonials are always pretty good. Um, yeah, cool. Does feel a little bit scattery. I think a bunch of different things everywhere, but it's obvious what these things are. Obvious enough space between items, like between testimonials and that. Nice big heading that helps a lot. I know what's where. And yeah, view more. Probably a whole page. Yeah, cool. Oh, let me. I wanted to click this thing up here. Actually, this apply now. See what that looks like. Apply now. The connection course. You can see again nature. 3 week. A 3 week uncourse for transforming your relationships. The uncourse that you're adding a concept in there. Yeah, it might sound cool, but that's confusing to me. Um, uncourse. Yeah, weird. I think it's just trying to be unique and stuff. Like 3 week um intensive course. Yeah, or something like that. Or 3 weeks. Yeah, uncourse. You can see where that for me it's the fuel cohort completion, nice strong foundation. I think he made a quote. He talked about this course that I heard, and he said people reduce their anxiety by one standard deviation. So that's probably a stat I would put here. Their anxiety or stress or something with I forgot how he explained it, but there was a yeah, their sense of ease about something like that. Anyway, that's when I heard him talk about that in the podcast, it sounded like a better stat. How work curriculum schedule apply now? It's a bit of a sub menu for this page. Curriculum is probably just going to jump down. Yeah. And there you have it. But hey, he's got his thing going. And he's got a lot of credibility from his podcasts and um, growing his email list. I'm sure will grow over time. 3-week uncourse, reverse classroom. So they're trying to be special and fun with it. I guess it's cool because you're trying to reverse a lot of stuff is like reversing. Um, I guess you can call it trauma or or behaviors you've had, and you want to undo or release things. A lot of what he does is about releasing and moving energy stuff. This is beyond my ability to talk about these things. Anyways, here you go, a coaching website. Obviously, he's much bigger than a lot of newer coaches, but you can see the elements at play. A way to get involved, credibility showing, being visible up front, and having the offerings there is good. There's an approach to what he does, his story, all good stuff, and his brand is quite cohesive. All right, everyone. I hope you find this video helpful. Tell me what you find most helpful here, or questions you might have. I'd love hearing. I love hearing from people who watch this and people on my email list, and I especially love it if you pose the questions where you can further the discussion, learn more. Okay, everyone. Catch you in the next one. Okay. Hey, I just discovered the email. Joining his email list, so I wanted to show it to you. It did come like 15 minutes later. A bit slow, not what people expect. Ideally, it comes right away. So here it is. Joe has all his accomplishments. Here's my Gmail, my inbox. Nice logo at the top, so cool. And I've seen newsletters where it's just plain text, and also one with a little bit of design. I've seen them both work. So um, I think most important is the content, and that your. I think second most is that your overall presentation sticks with kind of what you look like, your sort of brand vibe, and this all lines up. Nice picture of him out in nature. He's always got this fun smile going on. Worked art of accomplishment, blah blah blah, da, da, da. I still would get his name in here, Joe Hudson. Art of accomplishment with Joe Hudson. So that we know it's him. Because again, like throughout all the stuff, you haven't even seen the word Hudson yet, Joe Hudson. Anyways, welcome to our conference. We're glad you're here. Hi there. This is Joe Hudson. Here we go. Oh, this is an intro email anyway, so maybe is fair enough. But his other newsletters probably have the same template layout. And yeah. Found about kind of like you're open here. You'll notice yeah, yeah. Well anyway. I created AOA because of blah over decades of coach thousands. It's good, nice to mention your credibility. A quick short line of credibility, what you've done. No matter who you are, let's show courage and vulnerability. Yeah. Let's view our podcast. So he basically giving you a quick breakdown of the stuff he has there. This is cool actually because when people come to your website and they join your list, they might not have spent a lot of time on your website, or they might not come back to your email till later on. Kind of gives you an overview of everything. Um, Dive into the art of accomplishment here, but there's a free thing that he mentioned that I don't see. I think it's a bit of a minus because if on your website you have this, get our free 7-part guide how to approach transformation in the modern world. You don't get that right away. And this is really the like the ethical bribe, or like the immediate reward for getting on your list. That's why I looked for it right away. Oftentimes this is like the thing that gets people to take action, or it just sweetens the deal of being, in your on email for updates. So let me just double check that email again. I mean, it should be right away. It said, boom, here's your free thing. Maybe I haven't seen it. And you can see how by me being in the email, we don't read word for word, we skim and scan. That's why headings, subheadings, bullet lists, good spacing is all important for it's how we engage with stuff. We skim and scan, join a workshop. So I don't see this free thingies. That's a bit of a minus. It's a called 7-part guide. It's a guide. So yeah, it's not here. Maybe that'll come in a separate email. Maybe it's just, this is maybe not a big high priority. Then you try to refresh and check again. Yeah, I just checked my email. I don't see it. So, a bit of a minus. That's why it is important to test things out. Okay. So let me wrap up the video here. Hope that was helpful. Again, yes, please share your thoughts in the comments. I love when people ask questions to help further the discussion. And yeah, catch you all in the next video.